Please welcome candidates from the college. Please welcome candidates from the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering. Please welcome candidates from the law school. Please welcome candidates from the Division of the Physical Sciences. welcome candidates from the Divinity School. Please welcome candidates from the Division of the Humanities. Please welcome candidates from the Division of the Social Sciences. Please welcome candidates from the Harris School of Public Policy Studies.
Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me. And may there be no worries of the bar when I put out to sea. But such a time as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening there, and after that the dawn. And may there be
Please welcome candidates from the Booth School of Business.
This is my spirit.
My spirit sang all day, oh my joy, nothing my tongue could say, only my joy.
My heart an echo caught,
Oh my joy, and spake, tell me my thought, hide not thy joy. My Consecrate the place and day to music and Cecilia.
Consecrate,
Consecrate, consecrate, consecrate, consecrate the place and day.
Let no wrong
Let no love winds of no dare invade the hallowed body, no surely shake the tuneful head, no spoil the fleeting sound, no mournful song, no groan be heard, but gladness dwell on every song, whilst all within forests and streams be backing love aloud among us all, and imitate the bless of loving joy and harmony, and imitate the bless of loving joy and harmony.
the way we came in, right?
As Marshal of the University, it is my honor to declare open the proceedings of the 539th Convocation of the University of Chicago and to introduce David M. Rubenstein, JD 73, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Please be seated.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to welcome the graduates, their families and friends, and all who made it possible for you to be here today. Congratulations to the graduates, for you will soon be joining the distinguished alumni group of the University of Chicago. Congratulations, and thank you for all you've done for the university during your time here. And now it's my honor to introduce the distinguished president of the University of Chicago, Paul Alivisatos.
Graduates, families, and friends, it's a great happiness for me to welcome you today, to mark this special moment together, and to lead this celebration of the class of 2025. Looking out today, I feel an immense sense of pride and hope. Pride because of where we are, and hope because of who you are. This place was built for you. This place was built for you. The magnificent architecture of these quads not only brings us together and lends beauty and significance to this ceremony, but serves as a physical manifestation of something you've lived deeply during your time here. The neo-Gothic buildings of the core of this campus offer a very particular architectural signal, structured and grounded in rigorous design and proud history and intellectual heft, but also open at turns and inviting of unexpected connections. This is a physical environment that is assertive and yet holds elements of irony and humor, replete with the gargoyles, silly and stern alike. They have a purpose to inspire, to reflect, and to reinforce the distinctly UChicago way of being. Marking this physical landscape of the Central Quad are the crisscrossing pathways and a set of avenues that radiate out to the parts of the university that have been built out over time, where so many of you have studied. These paths don't always carry you directly to your destination. I hope while you are here that your personal journey has taken you on occasion off the path that you had expected. By way of detour or switchback, I hope that you found in yourself something entirely different, an openness of mind, a devotion to traveling across ways of thinking, a commitment to valuing dialogue, and to listening to diverse perspectives with curiosity and a genuine desire to learn from others while offering constructive skepticism. This is a place built for you, for those who yearn to learn and to know and to reveal truths. You have grown in new ways in this crucible because of the collective, enduring commitment to learning and knowing you have given yourselves to. There is a surplus of beauty here. Take it in on this special occasion. Take some of it with you in your heart and mind for your journeys ahead. Moments ago, I said that who you are matters. The magic of you as individuals and as a community of students is what makes this day extraordinary. You have come to your education here from every direction. Hundreds of you hail from rural communities across America. Many more from our nation's largest cities. Still others have journeyed here from dozens of countries around the world. You represent a diversity of diversities, of background, of geography, of perspective, and of experience, with one thing in common: fierce and critical intellects. Together, you have struggled toward truth, bringing those differences to bear on important questions, problems, and conversations, helping one another see things from as many sides as possible so that you can help one another better hone your understanding. The astonishing scope of your engagement with knowledge and practice is itself a deep cause of celebration. Time and again, you have given proof to the fact that knowledge knows no boundaries in classrooms and in labs and in exchanges with one another. You have experienced the fact that the natural state of knowledge is one of relentless expansion, that as long as there are those willing to commit toward the work, there will be ever greater heights of human understanding to be achieved. Make no mistake, in the years ahead, the world will be transformed in ways we cannot imagine, and the growth in human knowledge will shape your lives in ways that are truly unexpected. Indeed, when I look back to when I was a student, I can see that. One of my last classes before I graduated 44 years ago concerned neural networks and statistical physics. Who would have guessed that decades later, this would be the basis for today's machine learning, a technological revolution whose scale and impacts are still to be uncovered with time. And yet, with such major change, I am confident that your education in how to think will be enduring, enabling you to be the first generation of UChicago students, graduates, who lead in how to think with machines. Look around you and take stock of the habits of mind and culture you have cultivated within these spaces and among the people here. You will see that you are ready to lead in this world. You are not just graduates of this university, you are stewards of its ethos. And wherever you go, that ethos goes with you. You are ready to lead in all the ways that society so urgently calls for. And we will all be fortunate to benefit from a world made better by your curiosity and intellect. Okay, now comes some of the fun part. The degrees awarded today, I confer by virtue of the authority delegated to me by the university's Board of Trustees. I do so on behalf of the faculty of the University of Chicago that has responsibility for the educational programs that you have recently completed. Once again, welcome to the 539th convocation. Congratulations on all that you have accomplished.
I am pleased to have the honor to introduce this year's convocation speaker, Kunle Adunsi, the AbbVie Foundation Distinguished Service Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology and the college. Professor Adunsi is a renowned expert in immunology and immunotherapies for cancer, specializing in the treatment of ovarian cancer. His research focuses on immune recognition and tolerance in ovarian cancer. Among his notable achievements is the development of antigen-specific vaccine therapy and next-generation cellular therapies to extend remission rates for women with ovarian cancer. His prolific body of work includes more than 420 publications and contributions to books and book chapters. Professor Adunsi currently serves as the director of the University of Chicago Medicine Comprehensive Cancer Center and as Dean for Oncology in the Biological Sciences Division. He's also, in his spare time, the co-principal investigator of the Roswell Park University of Chicago's specialized program of research excellence in ovarian cancer. His numerous honors include membership in the National Academy of Medicine and the Association of American Physicians, and he's a fellow of both the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of the United Kingdom. A recognized leader in his field, Professor Adunsi has received the Rosalind Franklin Excellence Award in Ovarian Cancer Research, the Society for Reproductive Investigation Distinguished Scientist Award, and the Society of Gynecologic Oncology Innovation Award. He's been a member of the University of Chicago faculty since 2021, and we are very lucky to have him here. Please join me in welcoming Professor Adunsi.
Thank you. President Alivisados, Provost Baker, Deans, Board of Trustees, members of the faculty, family, and friends, good morning, and congratulations, class of 2025. It is my great honor to be the first to celebrate you today and to welcome the families, friends, and loved ones who helped to bring you to this important milestone. Please give yourselves a well-deserved round of applause. So today you are graduating from one of the finest universities in the world. And I remember being in your shoes, proud, excited, and yes, a little uncertain about what will come next. You are stepping into a world that is marked by profound uncertainty, a world where the very institutions that foster knowledge, discovery, and care are being tested. Long-standing norms are being challenged, and global alliances are being rewritten. We are living through a moment when truth is contested, when science is politicized, and when public support for higher education and medical research is no longer guaranteed. The funding streams that have powered progress, that have saved lives and opened minds, they face growing threats. But it is precisely in moments like this, when our foundations feel unsteady, that we must recommit ourselves to excellence to forge a stronger future for our country and the world. Right now, the world needs you. The world needs your voice, your vision, and your courage to become advocates, not just for what is, but for what could be. I'm sure sitting here today, you are probably thinking, what's next for me? How will I grow, and how will I contribute during such uncertain times? To answer this, I want to offer a few reflections from my own story and a question that I've often been asked many times. How did a kid born 6,000 miles away in Nigeria end up in Chicago, standing before you, having the privilege of leading one of the best cancer centers in the world? You see, I grew up in Nigeria under military dictatorships and unstable democratic civilian governments. My mother was an elementary school teacher who watched over us with fierce love and high standards. My father was a respected high school principal who spent his days mentoring students and his nights reminding me that to whom much is given, much is expected. They taught me that no dream was too big and that true failure wasn't falling short, but failing to try. My parents' example of discipline and compassion, I think, two universal principles that must be joined for both individual and society success, sparked a curiosity in me that will deepen once I entered medical school. It was in medical school where I took an elective course in immunology. My professor, a proud UChicago alum, believe it or not, UChicago alum, introduced us to the immune system's remarkable ability to defend the body. I was struck by the idea that our own immune cells could tell what belonged and what didn't, that the immune system could distinguish between friend and foe with such incredible precision. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other parasites are constantly trying to invade us. But our immune system can rapidly understand what, when, and how to attack versus what to protect. I didn't know it then, but that idea will become the foundation for my life's work. Over the next 17 years, I embarked on a non-linear journey that ultimately led me to specialize in gynecologic oncology. My path in the United States began as a resident in obstetrics and gynecology at the Yale University School of Medicine. I was an international graduate trainee, international graduate trainee. And I was warmly welcomed by the incredible faculty whose mentorship and support were invaluable. In one example, I was called to the office of my department chair, Dr. Fred Naftulin, to explore a very difficult research question in reproductive biology that could benefit women globally. So he called me to his office, and the question was very simple. Why does Southwest Nigeria have the highest rates of twin pregnancies in the world? In some parts of Southwest Nigeria, the frequency of twin deliveries is 1 in 25. 1 in 25 deliveries are twins. So as I immersed myself in this research question, the amazing experience allowed me not only to showcase my God-given talents, but really taught me and exemplified the United States leadership in tackling humanity's toughest challenges for the greater good. America welcoming me with open arms changed my life and empowered me to focus on making a difference for others and to reciprocate and to reciprocate the extraordinary kindness that I received. And that kindness was extended not just to me, but to my entire family, my wife, and our 3 kids. So as I continued my career, I could have chosen any specialty. So why did I focus on cancer? Because it touches all of us. This year alone, 2 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer, and there will be an estimated 600,000 deaths. Globally, 20 million new cancer diagnoses. In fact, 1 in 4 people will receive a cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. Look around and know that practically everyone here has a friend, a family member, a colleague who has survived or is currently living with or has died of cancer. For me, this is personal. My own father lost his life to this dreadful disease. I share this not to darken a bright day. In fact, Chicago weather is fantastic today. But to make an important point, that even when challenges seem insurmountable, progress is possible. And this is as true personally as it is for society. 50 years ago, a cancer diagnosis was grim and treatment options were few. But today, because of investment in research, because of investment in science, federal funding through the National Institutes of Health and the National Cancer Institute, cancer mortality rates have declined in the United States by more than 30% in the last 30 years. In year 2000, there were 8 million cancer survivors in the United States. Today, in 2025, there are 21.6 million survivors. That is the power of excellence. That is the power of science combined with commitment to new discoveries and to each other. That is what becomes possible when we believe that every life matters. So what does it look like in practice? As a clinician, when I cared for patients with ovarian cancer, I always will celebrate with them as they completed their treatment and went into remission. But deep down, I also felt uneasy because there was an undeniable truth that there was a 70 to 80% chance that the cancer will return within the next 12 to 18 months. This unease drove me to ask bigger questions of myself. What more could I do to prolong remission or try and prevent relapse altogether? This unease made me to return to what had inspired me in my studies, which is the extraordinary ability of the immune system to identify and eliminate threats. And the questions were, could we train the immune system to target cancer? Could we use the body's own intelligence to prevent relapse? At the time, many doubted that this was possible. The field of cancer immunotherapy was on the margins, and the science dismissed as unworkable and unworthy of funding. But many of us persevered. And what we learned, often in small steps, was that the immune system, in fact, can recognize cancer and fight cancer. It just needs the right tools. So in my research, we were able to develop vaccines to generate immune responses against ovarian cancer and prolong remission rates. We were also able to engineer a patient's own immune cells, grow them into large numbers, often billions of these cancer-fighting immune cells, and infuse them back into patients as living drugs. Today, immunotherapy has become a standard treatment option for many cancers, and we're still moving forward. If there's one lesson I hope you remember from today, let it be this. When I faced a choice between accepting limits or pursuing new possibilities, I chose to push forward. This decision changed my life's trajectory, allowing me to grow not only as a doctor and a scientist, but as a human being. By relentlessly pursuing progress, we can free ourselves from past limitations. You have been shaped by a U-Chicago education that demands rigorous thought and bold inquiry. It doesn't promise that you will have all the answers, but it prepares you to ask the right questions and to keep asking. Graduation is just the beginning of your education. Your degree is not just a piece of paper, it is a license to keep learning, a license to keep growing, and a license to make a difference. Since becoming director of the University of Chicago Medicine Comprehensive Cancer Center, I have worked with an incredible team to bring U-Chicago's values to life. In 2027, we will open a state-of-the-art cancer pavilion, a place where cutting-edge research and compassionate care will exist under one roof. It will be a home for discovery, a home for healing, a place of dignity, a place that reflects what we can accomplish when we combine scientific excellence with human empathy. I know these are complicated times, but I believe that eliminating cancer will be one of humanity's greatest and least controversial achievements. Therefore, our work continues. There are new cures for cancer that need to be uncovered, new discoveries waiting to be made, more lives to be saved that were previously unsavable. This will happen when truth is prioritized, when science is protected, and when people come first. I want to leave you with a quote from someone who has long inspired me, Winston Churchill. During World War II, Churchill praised the Royal Air Force by saying, "Never in the field of human conflicts was so much owed by so many to so few. Never was so much owed by so many to so few." Today, our society is another such inflection point, with truth in conflict with misinformation, understanding in conflict with divisiveness. But when I look at all of you, your promise, your energy, your commitment, I see that same kind of feel that Churchill talked about. In the years ahead, you will be called upon to carry great responsibility. You will be called to lead. You'll be called to challenge what is and to reimagine what could be. You are the few, just like Churchill said, upon whom so much depends. As my father reminded me so many years ago, because so much has been given to you. So when I think of Churchill's few, I think of you, not because you will have to change the future by yourselves, but because I know your education, your values, and your courage have uniquely prepared you to work with and to inspire others. So, class of 2025, you've earned your University of Chicago degrees, and it is my privilege to declare that we now hold our highest hopes for you. Go forth. You are unstoppable. Never hesitate to ask why. Follow your dreams. Fulfill your commitments to humankind and beat the odds. Together, you will make this country and the world a better place. Congratulations once again, class of 2025.
I know the truth is liveth, doth pull the darkness round me close, songs in the night is given, no storm can shake my inmost calm, unto that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing when time trembles still and death never ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near? How can I keep from singing in presence and dungeon vile? Our thoughts to them are winging, my shame are undefiled. How can I keep from singing when God is Lord of heaven and earth? How can I keep from singing, singing,
At this time, in the favoring presence of the congregation here assembled, the sponsor of the honorary degree candidate will present the candidate for honorary degree to the president of the university.
Ellie Zipperman has made profound and fundamental theoretical advances across an extremely broad array of interesting and important areas in climate, including physical oceanography, glacial cycles and glacial climates, global glaciations, ice in the climate system, the El Niño Southern Oscillation, and the Madden-Julian Oscillation. The distinguishing feature of his work is the use of simplified, yet deep and elegant, mathematical models designed specifically to reduce the extremely complex systems to their most important elements to understand the essential physics of key mechanisms at work in the natural world. This approach has led to repeated significant and groundbreaking insights, and in particular, an emphasis on the central role of internal dynamics rather than external forcing in governing the climate system. Mr. President, on behalf of the Faculty Committee on Honorary Degrees, I have the honor to present Ellie Zipperman for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
Ellie Zipperman is recognized for his fundamental theoretical advances across an extremely broad array of critical areas in climate science, made through the clever development of low-order mathematical models designed specifically to enhance understanding. By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon Ellie Zipperman the degree of Doctor of Science. I now welcome him to the honorable company of scholars of the University of Chicago. Congratulations.
Each year, members of the university's distinguished faculty are honored for their exemplary skills and service as teachers. This morning, I'd like to acknowledge them by name and ask those who are here on the platform to stand and be recognized by the university community and our guests. For the Quantrell Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching, David Cash, Professor, Department of Computer Science and the College. Eleonora Gilbert, Associate Professor, Departments of History, Slavic Languages and Literatures, and the College. Lenore Grenoble, John Matthews Manley, Distinguished Service Professor, Department of Linguistics and the College. And Catherine Ann Feaster, Professor, Department of Ecology and Evolution and the College. And now for the Faculty Award for Excellence in PhD Teaching and Mentoring, John Burge, Hobart W. Williams Distinguished Service Professor, Booth School of Business. Brian C. Dickinson, Professor, Department of Chemistry in the College. Timothy M. Harrison, Associate Professor, Department of English, Language and Literature, the John U. Neff Committee on Social Thought, and the College. K.F. McLeod, Hospira Foundation Professor, the Ben May Department for Cancer Research and the College. And Alex Shaw, Associate Professor, Department of Psychology and the College. Congratulations. The deans of the several faculties will now present candidates for academic degrees to the president of the university. As the candidates stand, we invite you to recognize their achievement with applause. I now invite Dean Mark Anderson to present candidates in the Division of the Biological Sciences and the Pritzker School of Medicine.
Will all degree candidates from the Division of the Biological Sciences and the Pritzker School of Medicine please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Division of the Biological Sciences and the Pritzker School of Medicine and the special programs approved by their departments. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Science. Master of Public Health, Doctor of Medicine, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, Master of Public Health, Doctor of Medicine, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Deborah L. Nelson to present candidates in the Division of the Humanities.
Will all the degree candidates from the Division of the Humanities please stand as able and be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the programs of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Division of the Humanities and the special programs approved by their departments. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Kai C. Lee to present candidates in the Division of the Physical Sciences.
Will all the degree candidates from the Division of Physical Sciences please rise as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed their program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Division of the Physical Sciences and special programs approved by their departments. I now have the honor of presenting them as candidates for the degree of Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Amanda Woodward to present candidates in the Division of the Social Sciences.
Will all the candidates from the Division of the Social Sciences please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Division of the Social Sciences and the special programs approved by their departments. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Arts and Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Madhav V. Rajan to present candidates in the Booth School of Business.
Will all the degree candidates from the Booth School of Business please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Booth School of Business. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master in Finance, Master in Management, Master of Business Administration, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master in Finance, Master in Management, Master of Business Administration, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Deborah Gorman-Smith to present candidates in the Crown Family School of Social Work, Policy, and Practice.
Will all the degree candidates from the Crown Family School of Social Work, Policy, and Practice please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Crown Family School of Social Work, Policy, and Practice. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Arts or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean James Theodore Robinson to present candidates in the Divinity School.
Will all the degree candidates from the Divinity School please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Divinity School. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degrees of Master of Divinity, Master of Arts, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Divinity, Master of Arts, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Seth Green to present candidates in the Graham School of Continuing Liberal and Professional Studies.
Will all the degree candidates from the Graham School of Continuing Liberal and Professional Studies please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Graham School of Continuing Liberal and Professional Studies. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Liberal Arts or Master of Science.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Liberal Arts or Master of Science. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Ethan Bueno de Mesquita to present candidates in the Irving B. Harris Graduate School of Public Policy Studies.
Will all of the degree candidates from the Irving B. Harris Graduate School of Public Policy Studies please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Irving B. Harris Graduate School of Public Policy Studies. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Policy, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Policy, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Thomas Miles to present candidates in the law school.
Will all of the candidates from the law school please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the law school. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, Master of Legal Studies, Doctor of Jurisprudence, or Doctor of Law.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws, Master of Legal Studies, Doctor of Jurisprudence, or Doctor of Law. Congratulations.
I invite Dean Nadia Mason to present candidates in the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering.
Will all the degree candidates from the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the program of studies prescribed by the faculty of the Pritzker School of Molecular Engineering. I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, or Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Engineering, Master of Science, or Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
And now, I invite Dean Melina Hale to present candidates in the college.
Will all the degree candidates from the college please stand as able to be recognized? Mr. President, these students have completed the prescribed program of undergraduate studies. On behalf of the faculty of the college, I now have the honor to present them as candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science.
The University of Chicago, college class of 2025. By virtue of the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science and welcome you to the fellowship of educated individuals.
The University of Chicago Convocation Choir will now sing the university's alma mater.
Today we gladly sing the praise of her, whose daughters and whose sons the loyal voices proudly raise to bless her with our best hearts.
To all of those upon whom I have just conferred a degree, I want to offer my congratulations. You are all now graduates of the University of Chicago. As alums, I encourage you all to remain engaged with the university and our work, to keep us informed of your many achievements, and of course, to visit often. This campus is yours, and you are always welcome here. Congratulations once again, and farewell for now.
This now concludes the 539th convocation of the University of Chicago. Crescat scientia vita exculator. Let knowledge grow from more to more, and so be human life enriched.